Hello, Salvador. How are you today? Hello, Salvador. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi,
Oh,
Ali. How are
hi. How
you?
are you? Good, pretty good. My voice is getting even lower.
Oh, I'm sorry about this, teacher.
Yeah.
I
Well,
I
it
have
happens.
I have a little cold today.
Do you? I hope I
Yes.
didn't give it to you.
I took an aspirin.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Yeah. I um I can't take any real cold medicine when I'm teaching like I am because it
Oh,
makes me sleep. So, yeah. Hi, Tabata.
drink
How are
tea.
you?
Hello,
Drink
I'm
tea, teacher.
Salvador, what did you say?
You have maybe you have to drink hot tea.
Yes, yeah, I agree. That's with honey. So, hi Tabata,
Yes.
where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
And Adela, hello. How are you today?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Very good, very good. My voice is not normally this low, but I
Yes,
I have a cold.
yes,
Oh,
yes. I see.
Yeah. So I think Adele, you've been in my classes in Salvador, but Tabata, you are new. Are you new to Verbling or just new to my classes?
no, I'm new here. I try to part. I don't know. I try the next to exit the class after this class, but I can't. Now it's
Oh,
my first class.
oh,
My first class in Berkeley.
okay. All right. Well, welcome to Verbling.
Thank
Um,
you.
I've been teaching at Verbling for about 3 weeks, so I'm fairly new as well.
Ah,
So
okay.
yeah. Hi, Antonio. How are you?
Hello, teacher. Hello, everyone. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Excellent. And hi, David. How's everything in Colombia?
Hi, Holly. Thank you. It's nice here. What about you?
I'm pretty good, except for the fact that my voice is going. So
Yeah, you have a sore throat or something.
yeah, it's not really sore. It's not really. It doesn't hurt at all. It's just gone. It's just kind of every time I open my mouth, it's even worse.
And you have been teaching so many classes.
I,
This
I, yeah, I have taught a lot of classes. I'm not going to be teaching as many classes from now on. I've kind of lowered the number of classes. So yeah, hi Gon, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Is your name? Do I pronounce your name Gon or Gon?
Gone,
Gon, okay. And where are you from, Gon?
Colombia.
Colombia, okay. So David's from Colombia, and you're from Colombia. And Nacho, I can't remember where you're from. Nacho, where are you from? Okay. And then Tabata, you're from Colombia. And
Yes.
Salvador,
No,
not Colombia, you're
no.
from Brazil. You said
Yes,
Brazil.
I'm
Yeah.
from São Paulo, Brazil.
And Salvador, you're from
No, São Paulo.
San Paulo, okay. And
Yeah.
but no, Salvador, right next to you. Um,
Salvador is far
Italy,
from my.
Italy is,
I'm
Italy. Yeah,
sorry.
he's from
yes, it's
Italy.
about
Oh,
Yeah,
Italy.
Italy.
Nasabata maybe
And
means
he,
a city near São Paulo, I think.
yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm
that's
Oh,
sorry.
no
okay.
problem.
Salvador I always forget with Salvador, and then I'm always thinking that he's from somewhere else.
Teacher,
So,
can
yes.
I say, I think, my name is pronounced Salvatore. Not
Salvatore.
Salvatore,
That,
Salvatore,
okay, now
Salvatore.
that will help maybe. Salvatore. Or
Okay.
Salvatore. Okay. Thank you for telling me. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, teacher, no problem.
Yeah. And Antonio, you're from Spain, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, because there's several Antonios. So, and Adela, you're from Spain as well.
Yes.
Okay. And I get you confused with another lady who's from Poland, and your names are kind of close. Her name is Aldona, and your name is Adela, and then I get you both confused. Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. The topic today is on unemployment, and we're gonna go through some vocabulary, and then go through different things that we that have to do with unemployment, and then we will have some discussions. During the discussion time, I'm going to have you guys actually speak most. Can you guys see anything on the Verbling chat, or do you need to use the class chat? I've heard that some people can't read the Verbling chat right now.
Yeah, I can't see the Berlin chat.
Okay, you can't see that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is use the class chat and the group chat. And when because to save my voice, when you guys are talking, I'm just going to write down feedback on the group chat. Okay?
Okay.
And so just watch that chat. Okay? So the topic today.
I only say I only see the other
Chat.
Google chat.
Yeah, me
Google
too.
chat. Okay. Yeah, that's a group chat. And so can you see, I just wrote hello. Can you guys see that?
Yes. Hello.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Hello, and then how are you? Okay. Excellent. Perfect. Okay. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, can you remember your very first job? Can you tell us about it? Anyone?
Yes.
Talk to us.
My first job, I start to work at Deloitte. It's an American company. I started there in 2004. I was 20 years old.
20 years old, okay.
Yeah. I work with accounting. It's my graduation. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Okay. How about you, Sergio? What was your first job? Your very first job?
My
Hello, Teacher Holly. How are
Hi,
you?
sir.
Hi, everybody.
Pretty
What's
good.
going on with voice?
What?
What's going on with voice?
Oh, I caught a cold, and I guess it decided to take my voice away. So if it gets any worse, I'm going to have to cancel my classes. So if you've seen classes have been canceled, that's why. But okay.
No, not do that. Please.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think I'm going to drink some tea like somebody suggested. So, but Sergio, can you remember your very first job, and can you tell us about it?
Yeah, for sure. My really first job was as a barman. You know, I work in a restaurant, and yes, I remember that at this time I thought that would be my job, my dream job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just spend. I think I just had to work like 3-4 days a week, and yeah, really enjoyable at first time. But after 3 months, I decided no. I gave up. No, the night is just to have fun, not to work.
Yeah, okay. That's funny. All right. Salvatore, how about you? What was your first job?
My first job is the same job that I make today. I make the same job. I work in a shopping mall, in
Uh-huh.
a optic shop. I make this job since when I started to work.
Oh, wow. And how long has that been?
40 years.
Wow. Wow. So you like your job.
Yes, I like it.
Awesome. Awesome. Nacho, can you speak now?
Yes, hello.
Awesome. Well,
Some problem with my computer, but I had to restart.
yeah, I understand it. It happened to me earlier today. So what was your first job? Can you remember it?
I hardly remember, but I can remember that my first job was teaching classes of maths.
Okay. What type of classes did you teach?
Maths classes.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay,
I was
thank you.
studying in the university. I
Uh-huh.
started teaching classes to younger students.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you were what we call maybe a graduate assistant or teaching assistant?
No,
Or were you a tutor?
I didn't teach in the university. I started teaching to one-to-one classes to
Okay. So
children that start in the school needed some help.
okay, so you were a tutor then. A tutor. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. All right, thank you. Goen, what did you do? What was your first job?
Okay, my first job was when I finished the high school. I finished like technical mechanical and was working in a shop like machine operator.
Uh-huh.
Yes, in this case, the work was to do the parts for cars. For main activity, it was disc braking.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yes.
Did you like it? Did you like the job? Did you enjoy the job?
Excuse me, I don't understand.
Yeah. Did you like your job?
Yes, yes, this is a very interesting job, but this in this moment I can learn how do the fabricate the different parts for car, for example, in this case.
Uh-huh. Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And David, how about you? Well, can you remember your very first job, and can you tell us about it?
Yeah, well, my first job was with my uncle.
Uh-huh.
Like a job in the summer for the break for the university. I was 3 months, no more. I was helping him repairing and fix computer software, hardware, and
Uh-huh.
selling computers, repairing laptops, photocopiers,
Mhm.
yeah, that kind of electronic devices.
Uh-huh.
Um,
So did your uncle own a computer store?
yeah, actually, it's
Yeah.
in a store where he mainly repair computers, software, hardware, and
Uh-huh.
copiers, fax,
Uh-huh.
yeah, screens, monitors, and TVs, sometimes TVs and cell phones.
Ah, okay. I wish I was down in Colombia. I need a new computer, so
Well, maybe you were when you were here, you were very near to his store.
possibly. I just I just remember every once in a while I'll look at the job ads down in Columbia and see, do I want to go down there? But I don't want to move my dog again. So, Antonio, how about you? Can you remember your very first job? Can you tell us about it?
When I was 10 years old, I used to work in my father's company, and I spent the summers in working in a little company, and we used to do surface treatment like a pottery, for example, but in different areas, for example.
Okay.
I was very young. I couldn't remember.
Yeah. Cool. So, how young were you? Like 10, 12, 15?
16 years.
Okay.
But nowadays I am working in the same way, but I am sales representative of a third-party company.
Okay. All right. And Adela, how about you? What was your first job?
My first job that I had was in a hospital as an auxiliary nurse when I study in the university my degree.
Okay. And were you studying nursing as well, or?
I don't study nurse because it's only auxiliary nurse, and I studied biology.
What is actually an auxiliary nurse? I've never heard that. Is it a nurse's aide or?
Yes, it's a level. A level I don't know, but it's not a nursery because don't have the studies as a nursery. It's only to add a nursery about the patients, etc.
So did you work with patients though?
I work with the patients, but I don't inject or I don't only to give pills or to take care, etc.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that would be in American English. My guess is auxiliary nurse is a British English term that I have not heard yet. So, but it's not in American English, but that's okay. All right. And my very first job was when I was 12 years old. So I was quite young. And what I did is every morning I delivered newspapers. And my dad would help me. When my dad helped me, we would finish in 7 minutes. When my mom helped me, it would take us 45 minutes. So, but my folks helped. It was every morning before school, about 5 in the morning. So that was my first job. Okay, let's go on. Okay, now what are the differences? First of all, for this first one, what are the differences between to fire and to lay off? Does anybody know?
May I?
Yes.
Layoff, and it's kind of when you maybe the company is not good at the moment, and they decide, or maybe you can just, I think it usually when the company is not good, financially or economically, and they decide to cut expense, and maybe the first thing he's decided is reduce the number of the employers,
Employees.
Yes, employees. And yes, this
Okay.
is one thing. And fire, when you are not has a good performance, and or maybe you are doing something wrong in the company, and they decide to not work, don't get you work with them.
Exactly. So to fire means you, as the employee, is you are not working out. Your performance is not very good, so they tell you to go. To lay off means the company's performance is not good, and if they get work again, they will hire you back. So to lay off, that's what that means. Okay. How about to let go and to make redundant? Does anybody know that? Okay, I hear a sound, but I'm not sure where it's coming from. Tabata, are you trying to speak?
No.
No, it's not you. Okay.
It's my computer. I turn off.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's not yours. Not sure what sound it is. I'm gonna mute Gone and see. It was Gone, I guess. Hi, Yenny. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so what we established was to fire means to leave a company because of your own bad performance. Okay, so to fire means it is your fault, but to lay off means it's the company's fault. The company does not give you enough work. Okay, the next one, to let go and to make redundant, is the exact same thing, but it's in British English. So this is American English and this is British English. So in British English, they use to make redundant. So, but in British English, in the UK, they also use the word to lay off. Does anybody know the difference between to lay off and to make redundant in British English? Anybody know? Anybody know?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? Okay.
It's not same?
It's not the same. It's very similar.
It's similar, no? More or less.
Yeah, it is very similar. Okay. So to fire means to lay off. To fire means to leave because your performance is bad. To lay off means the company's performance is bad. And to lay off and to make redundant in British English is the same thing, but the difference is in British English, to lay off. I'm typing this on the chat, by the way. To lay off is temporary. So it's temporary. Where to make redundant in British English is permanent. So if your company tells you that you are laid off, they'll tell you you're laid off for 2 weeks, or they'll tell you you're laid off for 2 months. But if you are made redundant in the UK, that is permanent and you cannot get your job back. Does that make sense?
Teacher, can I make a question?
Yes, absolutely.
When the company to lay off temporary paid you same? Pay employee the same?
When they what you end up doing is you get unemployment. You get unemployment benefits, and it depends on you. It depends on the company.
Hello?
And that's a 60.
Listen, Rosa?
Somebody needs to be muted. I don't know who it is, so I'm muting everybody. I think it's Tabitha. Okay. Okay, so basically it depends on the country, depends on the country. In say for example in Finland, if you were temporarily laid off, you got 60% of your salary.
Okay.
Okay. But you had a guarantee that you could go back. But if you were made redundant, you still get 60% of your salary, but there's no guarantee. In my country, in the state of Idaho, when I was laid off 2 years ago, I made about 30% of my salary, because in Idaho, everybody makes the same amount for unemployment. So, okay. What is the difference between to hire and to fire?
I think it's the opposite.
Yep, they are the opposite. So to hire means to take on. To take someone on, and to fire means to let go due to bad performance. Okay. Now, one of the big problems between speakers and native speakers make the same mistake is a lot of times they'll use all of these words, except for, of course, to hire, but all the rest of these words, they will use these words to mean the same thing, and they really aren't. To lay off and to make redundant is very, very similar. To let go and to fire is very, very similar. But to lay off and to fire is very different, and so forth. Okay, now unemployment benefits and Social Security benefits. Do you guys know the difference between those in American English? Any idea? Know. Okay.
I guess that unemployment benefits is a part of the salary that you can the company have to pay you, but the Social Security benefits is about the other kind of benefits like healthy service, etc.
Okay. This is when you're talking American English versus the rest of the world. So when Americans talk about Social Security benefits, we are actually talking about what maybe old age benefits. So you get Social Security from the age of 62 or 65, or if you have health issues, health or mental issues that you cannot work. So in the U.S. we have Social Security, but it is actually not for people, just for anybody. However, I learned when I was in Europe that people who have Social Security, this bottom one, Social Security can be basically all the benefits that you can receive. So your Social Security benefits could be it could be insurance, unemployment, and everything the company will give you. Where in American English, Social Security does not mean that. It only if you're only over a certain age do you get Social Security. Does that make sense? Does everyone understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's go on. So, okay, these are some idioms having to do with unemployment. Okay, and does anybody know what a brain drain would be?
No.
Okay. A brain drain is Could somebody read that to save my voice? Could somebody read that? Antonio, could you read that?
Brain drain to the departure of highly qualified people, scientists, engineers, etc., for other countries where they have better opportunities and usually better pay, is called the brain drain.
Yeah, so say for example, maybe India ends up with a brain drain because so many high-tech companies hire Indians to come to their companies in other countries. Okay. So deadwood, anybody know what that would be? Excuse me. Okay. I'll go ahead and put that on here. And David, could you read that when I get to it? Deadwood.
Yeah, sure. So deadwood. The term deadwood refers to people or things which are no longer considered useful or necessary.
Exactly. So a deadwood. So a company might have dead wood in their employees, and so they get rid of them. Okay. Next one, on the dole. On the dole is Australian English and British English. It is not used in the U.S. But do you guys know if you are on the dole, what's the issue? Does anybody know?
No.
No. Okay, so these are all new things. On the dole, Gone, could you read that? Gone, are you there? Okay, maybe he's having a computer issue. Nacho, can you read it?
Yes. A person who receives financial assistance from the government when they are unemployed is on the dole.
Yeah, so in British English and Australian English, you're on the dole if you are receiving unemployment benefits. American English, we don't use that term at all. So, to get the axe, does anybody have any idea what that would be? To get the axe?
Someone who is going to be beheaded.
To be headed. Good one. Good one. Actually, if somebody gets the axe, they are going to get fired. So if somebody gets the axe, they lose their job. And for some reason, my computer is not letting me copy this, so bear with me a moment. Okay, so yeah, so if somebody gets the axe, they lose their job. Golden handcuffs. Does anybody have any idea what a golden handcuff would be?
I guess that golden handcuffs could mean that a way to retain people in the company by being paid very well.
Yes, that is exactly what it is. So if a company wants to keep somebody, they pay them really well, and then even after they have been let go. For example, Salvatore, can you read this one?
Yes. Golden handcuffs. The term golden handcuffs refers to a large sum of money or a generous financial arrangement granted to an executive as an incentive to stay in their job, or to ensure long-term cooperation after their departure. Teacher.
Sorry, I'm muted. So basically, that is basically to ensure long-term cooperation, it's to keep their mouth shut, for them not to say anything. Okay, anybody know what a golden handshake would be?
No.
It is a payment when you laid off the company?
Yes. This is usually for people you're either laid off or you're either laid off or something like that, but it's usually for top executives. A regular worker would not get the golden handshake, but an executive would. Okay, and that is Sergio. Can you read that for me?
Yeah. Golden handshake. A golden handshake is a generous sum of money given to a person when they leave a company or retire, sometimes given to encourage early retirement.
Yeah, and usually it's a top executive type person. Okay, and a golden parachute. Any idea what that would be?
I think golden parachute means clause in the contract that someone can have to fix to an amount of money that the company had to give them if they want to fire him.
Yeah. So if they are ever terminated, if they get a golden parachute, it's a clause in an executive's contract stating that the executive will receive certain large amounts of their employment large benefits if their employment is terminated. So if you're a really good executive, you ask for a golden parachute in your contract, and that's a very good thing. Okay, and next one, pound and this is a verb. It's a phrasal verb, to pound the pavement. Anybody know what that would be?
No.
Okay, so these are all new terms for y'all. This is Tabata, can you read that for me? Pound the pavement.
Pound the pavement. Someone who pounds the pavement, walks the streets, or goes from company to company, usually in search of employment.
So they walk from one company to another and hand out their resume. And I did that when I graduated from university. I walked about 2 miles down this one street and stopped at every company I saw and gave them my resume. So, have you guys ever pounded the pavement in your job, or when you are not employed? Anybody here?
No, it's not common.
Not common?
No, I don't know. Depends the type of job. Here is more common in internet. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
in person. I think in shopping it's not as much common.
Okay, yeah. When I did this was back in 1991, and so it was before the internet.
Yeah.
And so you had the newspaper, and you had you just had to just go make contacts, and so I just pounded the pavement. Okay. Any questions about any of these? Has anybody ever here ever received a golden handcuff, golden handshake, or a golden parachute?
No.
Anybody?
No.
I'm not, but my boss.
Yeah.
Your boss does. Your boss is. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure I've had bosses that have done that too.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know, but I'm not too.
Yeah.
I'm not too.
I'll try.
Yeah, if I ever go to an employment outside of the home again, I will try to get one of those too. So, okay, let's discuss unemployment. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start out with one person, and I will ask you a question. you answer the question as much as you can, and then I will give feedback over the chat, and then you ask somebody else, and that will save my voice a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to start out with Salvatore. Let's go with the fourth question. How should the government help people who have lost their jobs?
People who have lost their jobs. I have to say that in Italy, government actually don't help people, teacher, because in this
Really?
yes, people don't happy about the work of government of political, because in Italy we have a better recession in these last years.
Okay.
And, yes. Maybe for help people to have a job, the government should less the taxes for the company, because in Italy company have to pay high taxes for the work.
Okay.
Also, to work a person in a company, for the company cost high.
Okay. So you would say that they need to decrease company taxes, and that would help the companies be able to hire more. Okay. Perfect.
Yes.
Salvatore, could you choose a question and ask somebody else?
Antonio.
Okay.
Is employment a great problem where you live now?
Definitely. It's the biggest problem here in Spain nowadays, but it's getting better because the government cuts made the economical situation is getting better. But in this moment, it's easy to know people who found a job more than several years ago, who is normal to find people who is losing his jobs. Okay. Teacher.
Thank you. Thank you. And can you ask somebody else?
For example, Tabata.
Yes.
What do you think the role of the government? No, excuse me.
Okay.
When is the best time for a person to start looking for a job?
Nowadays, in my country, I think the person learning English and Spain, and I don't know, learning another language is very important here. And I don't know, some course or how do you say technical course?
Are you saying professional development? Is that what you're talking about? So
yes.
Professional development.
Yes, but here, my country is development. I don't know, but we have a lot of problems, and the people nowadays the people can do graduate, go to the college, but the language is a big problem.
So can the people who can people who cannot speak English get a job?
Yes, but it's better if you speak English or Spanish.
Ah, okay. So English or Spanish. So can a person now? Why is Spanish more important in Brazil than English?
No, English is more important.
Really?
Yeah, I speak Spanish well, but English is very hard for me. But English is more important.
Okay. So is there, like in some countries, there's a best time, like for example, in Japan, they leave university in the springtime, and so they start looking for a job when they finish university in the winter, or even before that. How about in Brazil? Is there a particular time that companies employ
No,
people?
here it's very common. Start to work in the first year in a college. You can, yes, very common. You can do a training, I don't know, for learning, and the company pays for it. It's very good for the people here. I start to work very early.
Okay.
In São Paulo, it's a big city. It's a very industrial city. It's a lot of companies and job employment is not the big problem here.
Okay.
They are okay.
Excellent. Thank you very much. All right, Tabata, could you choose a question and ask somebody else?
Okay. Dave, no. Holly? No. Holly's two. Nacho?
Nacho.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Okay, Nacho. When is the best time for a person to start looking for a job?
I think the best time to start looking for a job is when you finish your studies. Because I think that if you after get the study, get the graduation, you don't start to look for a job, you can lose the opportunity to be near all your companies or the people that you have been studying. So sometimes people prefer to go to learn a new language, but I think it's better to start looking for a job just have finished your studies. Okay.
I'm sorry, I was asking a question and I was muted, sorry. Is it better in your opinion, Nacho, is it better for people to start looking for a job before they finish or after they're done?
After, but just after. Don't wait anymore.
Okay, just after. They don't take a holiday. Yeah. Okay. Right. And Nacho, can you ask a question?
I think, David, please. Do you know people who have lost their jobs recently?
Oh, okay. So, well, yeah. Well, the economy right now for people that are looking jobs is not the best, and maybe well, the economy is a little hard, and the companies are struggling. with the economies. So yeah, maybe some companies in the past were firing a lot of people, and nowadays the people that lost their job are struggling looking for new jobs because it's pretty hard nowadays to get a nice job. Maybe if you get a job, it's not the job that, not the kind of job that you had before. Maybe it's a job that are not with the same salary or with the same condition. It's a job that is not in the same level. So it's hard. It's pretty hard nowadays to get a nice job in my country.
Okay. So if somebody loses their job, getting a better job is more difficult.
Yeah, because well, the market is very competitive. So there are a lot of people that want to get maybe that specific job, and maybe in an interview present like, I don't know, 10 people, and the company is going to fire just one. So the company take an advantage, and they don't pay the same salary because there are more people. So the salary is less and the benefits are less, and the people have to deal with that because they have to put food in their tables they have to bring food to the homes.
Yeah, so they have to feed their families. So it doesn't, they have to take what they can get. Yeah, that's the same. That's the same in my country as well. So. Yeah. All right. I've changed the questions a little bit. So, David, could you ask somebody a question? I think Gon has not.
Gon hasn't speak?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. So. Okay, Gon. Do you think that at university students get enough knowledge and practice to have no difficulties when starting to work for some company? One question.
So what do you think, Gon? Gon, are you there? Maybe he stepped away. So who wants to answer David's question? Okay, Salvatore? Gon, are you there? Okay, Salvatore, can you answer the question?
The second question, teacher.
Yes, this one.
Teacher, sorry, I don't want to offend anyone. Anyone, okay. No, I don't want to offend Germany because I know that many Italians leave Italy to go in Germany, and also my cousin, my uncle, and my friends also in Germany, and I don't want to offend no one.
Oh, okay. No worries. No worries.
The second question, teacher.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you want?
Yeah, that's what we wondered, Gon. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I think that I think that yes, I think that for people that made the university, maybe they have need to practice and to have a chance for make experience when they have to work, because experience help you to have a good knowledge when you have to work.
Okay, so you think that they should provide more practical experience to the students before they leave university?
Yes.
Instead of theoretical knowledge, actual practical experience. Okay. How about the rest of you?
I think it could be a good point, but I think it's not possible. I think it's impossible to give to the students enough practice and knowledge to start the war without any problem. I think always in the first war you are going to have problems because you have to approach and you have to have new problems that you have never had before. And I think to suffer a little is a good way to learn.
Yeah. So I considered the first 3 years after I finished school as a continuation of my school. So I'll write that down. My first 3 years after I finished university, I considered it a practical experience.
In fact, I think the best way to learn is working.
Best way to learn is to what?
Working.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, best way to learn is to do. I totally and completely agree with you. How about anybody else have an opinion about that?
I have.
Okay, talk to us.
I think it depends on which university you are studying with. Maybe it's not like a really good university. You have to look for complementary development, like internship.
Internships, yeah.
Yeah, internship, because if you have a university that it doesn't have a good laboratory, or maybe give you some experience, practical, we have to look for just don't let everything for the university. You can by yourself and look for kind of job like an internship, for example.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's more difficult for some people. When I was in university, I couldn't get an internship because I had no time. As I had at least where I was, an internship is free work, and I needed to make money. So I ended up doing a kind of an internship with my job. It was a retail store, and I wrote a paper about it, got a credit. And but that's because my boss was allowing me to do it. It was a very good experience. So all right. Do we have time for one more question? How are we on time? Let's see. I guess we don't have time. So thank you very much for your time and attention, participation. I hope you looked at the chat. The thing that I noticed the most is people would say in this moment instead of at this moment. So I would suggest that you remember instead of in this moment, it's at this moment. And I heard it 3 or 4 times from different people. So, all right, thank you very much, and have a great day.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you.
And hopefully my voice will be higher next time you see me. So, okay. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.